what I'm going to show you all right now is how to get an image into Adobe Illustrator and edit in order to make everything a bit more crisp. Okay, so here's a t-shirt design submitted by one of my students, and you know, zoomed out it looks fine, but if we zoom in we see a lot of the edges are very, very fuzzy, pixelated, things like that. And unfortunately that is something that will definitely affect how good it looks when it is screen printed. Anyways, what you need to do is save it as a PDF. So originally it was submitted as a PNG, but what you can do is double click, opens in preview, file, export, and you can export as a PDF. So it'll show up again on the desktop like that. Anyway, after that you want to go ahead and open up Illustrator, select new file, and press pause or take a screenshot of this, and you can see what my presets are here. Anyway, just drag and drop the PDF in there, and once you do this you want to hit return. Make sure it's in there like that. Anyway, over here you want to select where it says image trace. Now this might not show up for you, especially if you're new to Illustrator, so you can always go over here to the search bar and type in image trace and click that, and then it'll end up showing up over here for you that way. So here I have selected image trace. Underneath threshold there's another little arrow here that says advanced. I'm going to go ahead and click trace. And let me show you that one more time here. So here I am zoomed in, fuzzy, pixelated, hit trace, and boom. Everything is totally crispy. Now, where it says threshold, we can drag that up. We can see it either makes things bold or super thin. Now these numbers are going to be different depending on the design. But normally I am sliding these dots further to the right. And this noise one is interesting. If you slide it all the way to the right, you can kind of lose out on stuff. Let's see here. If we zoom down here, see these tiny little details over here. We slide it all the way to the right. It just kind of oversimplifies it to solid black. But if I slide it all the way to 1, now we have those different details going on. And this is what's called a vectorized image. So I am no longer dealing with any pixelation. Everything's nice and crispy, and I can print this out into tiny little stickers, or I can blow it up into a very large poster, and it will all read exactly the same. The quality will not be distorted whatsoever. The next thing I need to do is go to File, Export, and then I don't really like to export the artboard, so I might do one last step here. I'm gonna go ahead and just make this artboard more along the dimensions of the artwork itself. So then go ahead, File, Export, Export As. And then where it says format, this is where we can do PNG, JPEG. You can change it to a Photoshop file, or you can keep it as the Illustrator file, which is AI. But I'm not going to lie, man. I don't really know what file to save it as for every single little situation. If you are going to be sending this file to someone else who's going to edit it further, like you're collaborating with another creative graphic designer, they're going to edit it further in Photoshop and stuff, then you definitely want to save the PSD file. If you are just printing it out, then PNG or JPEG should work totally fine. And then over here, this is going to determine what quality we're dealing with. So definitely want to turn the quality all the way up. Hit OK. And let's see here. These were the previous files that I was working with. Once again, blurry, pixelated, and now right here is what it's looking like after it has been vectorized. And we can see even after we zoom in, things are still looking nice and crispy. Anyway, that is it for image trace and vectorizing a artwork using Illustrator.